Well, good morning and welcome to the final day of action from the North American Youth Jumping
Set to get underway here.
Championships.
Junior individual final up next for the 2024 North American Youth
The junior
Jumping
final is what
Championships.
we are bringing
We'll see
you today with
23
two
riders for
rounds
the first
once
round
again
of the junior
as part of this
individual
Great
final.
Lakes Equestrian
And the
Festival,
top
is
15 to come
fantastic
back for round
championships
B.
which highlights the very best of young talent from across
Yeah, the
the
course
country,
numbered 1 through 12.
across
It's
North
15
America
jumping
and the
efforts in total,
continent, in
measured at
fact,
510 meters. Time
well.
allowed at 82 seconds.
Our course designer this week has been Alan Wade, assisted by Colin Quinn, who of course build
First rider to show out of zone at 2, it's Mason
courses
McIntyre
right
with
the
the Stena,
five-star
an
top
11-year-old
level
mare
of
owned by
sport.
Clover M Sport
Our time allowed
Horses.
is 82 seconds. And the fence height
Yeah,
is
Mason
1
has
meter 40.
ribbon in Valkensvaard, Dinard and Dinoka at a 1- and 2-star level. Top 10 in the 145 junior final at
And
Devon,
as I say,
as well as Zone 2's Mason McIntyre, our first to show in round A of the junior individual final.
To the best 15. And then we will have your medalists by the end of these 2 rounds. Well, first up we have Mason McIntyre with Stena. Mason is on a score of 22.57. Her score in the first competition was 14.57. Then she dropped 2 poles in the first round of the team competition. Makes now this right-handed turn up to the double of the swan design fences, just 1 stride in there before it's another right-handed curve all the way around to the water jump at fence 5. It requires bold riding there. Then they travel on a slight curve down to the US Equestrian upright. There's a plank on top there, and it's a classic question of adaptability where they need to be able to collect up. The wall comes next at 7, and then a short run of just 3 strides down to the oxer at 8. Fence 9 has a water tray beneath, and then fence 10 brings us the triple combination. Final line then is another water tray underneath fence 11. And then quite a long run down to the final fence.
It's a score of 12.75.40 for the time for Mason McIntyre with Stena.
For Mason McIntyre, she has added 12 to her score, and her total will be 34.
Yeah, James Leon, the second to show. Another Zone 2 rider here for round B of the junior individual final. It's aboard Zimmerly Show Jumping's Galliano LW. So 10-year-old gelding by Acolino for James Leon. Student at Laurel Springs School that also enjoys golf and pickleball.
Owned Galliano W. James's score is 21.06.
James Leon, a Zone 2 rider, starting on a score of 21.06.
Jumping so far. James has been competing in recent years in a number of national level competitions. Galliano, a 10-year-old gelding. But this is James's international competition debut. This horse was developed in Germany by Thomas Holtrop, initially as a young horse though with Lorenz Huben. So we are working on the 4 here, gets through the triple safely.
for jumping, and 1 on the clock at 82.18 for James Leone with Galliano LW.
Leone gives him a score of 26.06.
Zone 3 rider Riley McKesson and Terona Schererto showing third.
Well, Riley McKesson comes next, riding for Zone 3. And her
it's a 13-year-old gelding by Chaco Blue.
13-year-old gelding by Chaco Blue. Her score is 19.46. 5.46 in round 1, and then 9 and 5 in our rounds.
And Riley finished 11th last year individually in the pre-junior category at the North American Youth Championships. Hobbies outside of riding are pottery and photography. Riley hopes to start doing the U25 this upcoming Winter Equestrian Festival. Zone 3's Riley McKesson and her own Schererto. Third to show for round A.
East of the United States. This horse was competed by Madison Myro of the USA in the under 25 classes, and Riley aspires to move up to those levels. Just gets a little underneath the ox, so is very lucky not to have the first part of the treble down as well.
Eight jumping and 3 on the clock for Riley McKesson and Schererto. That time 84.62. That's a total of 11.
She goes to a score of 30.46.
Campbell Brown and Guillaume Devray, 12-year-old gelding owned by MMK Equestrian, Fayetteville, Arkansas.
We turn now to Campbell Brown. Campbell rides for Zone 7, which...
Zone 7 rider, that was Texas, 9th in this year's Gladstone Cup. And is circuit champion in the medium junior jumpers this year at the Winter Equestrian Festival.
Campbell rides
Upper Echelon Academy student Campbell Brown and Guillaume Devray, starting on a score of 18.93.
Just dropped 1 pole in the second round of the team competition. Campbell competed in last year's pre-junior competition and was on the 6th placed team. But this horse was formerly, very bold riding to the water, formerly with Georgia Tame of Great Britain and earlier with Giampero Garofalo. And then back in 2021 with Ioli Martilinou of Greece. Comes round here to this upright with the water tray beneath, goes pretty carefully there.
(78.73), just the 4 faults for Campbell Brown and Guillaume Devray.
Campbell Brown 2 rounds in a row with just 1 pole down, so it goes up to a score of 22.93. We'll take the lead at this.
Galen van de Heffink, piloted by Ava Lee, as her next combination on course. Zone 7 rider owns her mount for the North American Youth Championships, a 12-year-old gelding. Ava will be attending SMU in the future.
Ava rides
a memorable show moment Pre-junior team gold in 2022 at the North American Youth Jumping Championships and competing in Spruce Meadows last summer. Ava hopes to compete at international FEI level and to compete on USA teams in the future. Zone 7's Ava Lee and Gallant van de Havink.
International level as her career progresses. This is a gelding that she owns herself. She's been competed this horse in the 2 stars at Spruce Meadows. That was last summer. Of course, developed in France. And briefly ridden by Kieran Nallen of Ireland as well. Takes that curving line.
7 the total. It's 4 for jumping, 3 on the clock for Ava Lee with Gallant van de Havink.
Well, and go to a score of 25.81 now. So that puts Ava into 2nd place. Campbell Brown is your leader. Both of those, of course, for Zone 7.
Abigail Gordon and Nice Girl de Muse Z. Zone 3 owner rider are next on course for round A of the junior individual final. Her mounted 12-year-old Zangerzada Mare by Nabab Tarif.
From the east of the United States.
Abby, the winner of the high junior amateur jumpers at the National Horse Show, winner of the low juniors at the Pennsylvania National Horse Show, and achieved first in the U25 semi-final at the Winter Equestrian Festival this year.
Had a lovely clear in the 2nd round of competition.
Zone 3's Abby Gordon and Nice Girl de Muse Z.
Competition. In last year's junior division, Abigail was on the 7th place team and was 12th individually. Good through that triple.
Five on the clock, 4 in the field, and 9 the score there for Abby Gordon with Nice Girl de Muse Z.
Gordon will put her up to 27.57.
Lily Geithner up next, and it's aboard Vazoo, owned by the Oakledge Farm.
Well, Lillian Geithner
14-year-old gelding by up to date.
Lillian represents Zone 4. And she rides the horse Vazoo, who's 14 years old and owned by Oakledge Farm. Lillian is on a score of 17.24. A clear would get her into the lead.
Multiple Grand Prix or multiple Hunter Derby wins, a Grand Prix winner as well. Lily attends Mead Hall Episcopal School and hopes to become more experienced in the jumper ring and move up in divisions. Zone 4 rider Lily Geithner and the Oakledge Farms at Vazoo.
And she aims to compete more in the jumpers as her career progresses. This horse has been campaigned by Daniel Geithner in the past, up to the 3-star level at venues like Aiken and Tryon. This horse actually won a 3-star 2-phase class in Tryon a few years ago. Well, unfortunately now working on 25, and so that's going to put Lillian a little way down the leaderboard. Your leading score at the moment is still 22.93. Oh, a real rattle there. The penultimate fence absolutely rolls in the cups but stays in the cups, and so unfortunately then the resulting score will be 37.24 for Lillian Geithner, and she'll go into 7th place.
20 the total. Is 12 jumping 8 on the clock there for Lily Geithner and Fazou. Laguna Beach High School student up next, Lauren Franson with the Golda 10-year-old mare by Connor. Zone 10 rider getting the start today on a score of 14.40.
From Zone 4 to Zone 5.
2023 Lauren Franson won the North American Pre-Junior Championship individual final, as well as helping Zone 10 secure the gold on a team day aboard her horse Golda. Lauren also enjoys playing beach volleyball and spending time with her family and friends. Zone 10's Lauren Franson and her own Golda on a score of 14.40.
Well Ava K. Myers. So Lauren Franson is your rider now. 14.4 is her score. Great performance in the first competition of 2.4, and she rides Golda. Just dropped 1 pole in the first round in the team class, then 2 down in the second round. That was a really good look at the wall. She does very well to maintain that positive riding there, but unfortunately has a bit of a knock-on effect to the oxer coming away. Last year she competed in the pre-juniors and was the gold medal winner in both the team and individual competition.
Just the 4 fault, 78.52 for Lauren Franson and Golda.
Well, it's just 1 pole to drop for Lauren Franson, your pre-junior gold medalist last year.
Cash D'Elia now Zone 10 rider with his own Julietta, a 10-year-old gelding by Twister de la Pomme.
We're going on now to Zone 10's Cash D'Elia. Cash rides Julietta, a 10-year-old by Twister de la Pomme. And as I say, for Zone 10, which is California and Nevada, his score is 14.15. Oh, what a pity. Just can't quite get the height there. Castilla struggling. A score of 8 from this round now.
Eight in the field, one more on the clock for Castilla and Julieta.
Time
82.45 and a score of 9 in round A of the junior individual final.
3.15.
Zone 8, Eve Westfall with Trotting West Equestrians. It's Julie, an 8-year-old mare Bacascarello. 10th in the 2022 USET Finals, 3rd place last year in the Gladstone Cup. Eve is qualified for all major finals. Outside of the show ring, Eve Westfall also enjoys this skiing. Our next rider on course, Zone 8, Eve Westfall. Trotting West Equestrian entry is Julie. 12.29 the score to start today.
Their score is 12.29. They were clear in the second round of the team competition. Well, still clear at this stage. Goes well to the US equestrian fence. Also very well ridden through the triple. The double, excuse me. But indeed also good through the triple combination. And over the last, just a fraction over the
just
time allowed,
the one on the clock there at 82.19 for Eve Westfall, and it's Julie.
Of a second.
Yeah, best effort so far around A of the junior individual final. Izzy Beisel up next is Zone 5 competitor with her own Diaz Borbetier. Izzy owns her mount, and 11-year-old Self-France Gelding.
Izzy Beisel goes next for Zone 5 with Diaz Barbotier.
Izzy's won multiple Grand Prix, Welcome Stakes, and Future Prix, in addition to being 4th in the WEC Equitation Final, and numerous Hunter Derby wins in Open and non-pro derbies alike. Izzy hopes to one day become a professional and consistently show and compete at the FEI level. Zone 5 rider Izzy Beisel and her own Diaz Barbotier.
Last year in the juniors, they were on the 4th place team and 14th individually. Very strong riding to the water. Now she's working really hard to get the balance back and manages it well. Just a little bit unbalanced on the turn there, and unfortunately the turquoise Oxa comes down. Gets it back together though for the triple.
$81.65, a score of a 4 for Izzy Beisel and Diaz Borbetier.
Izzy Beisel just unfortunately a little unbalanced through the turn, and down comes the pole.
Nora now set to show next, a rider out of zone 6, piloting her own Bretzel Dartenay, 13-year-old Celle Francais mare. Minnesota Online High School student. National Grand Prix winner here at Flintfield Horse Park last season. A champion in the high juniors at the Winter Equestrian Festival. And 8th last year individually in the North American Youth Championships. Nora hopes to one day ride for Team USA, Team Zone 6. For Nora now, Bretzel Dartenay are 12th to show for round A of the junior individual final.
Last year, this pair were on the 5th place team and were 8th individually. She's jumped in the 2 stars at Spruce Meadows and in some under 25 classes at WEF as well. Has a really exciting future ahead of her. On the 4 now here.
$78.87, just the 4 added there for Nora Naus and Bretzel Dartenay.
But just that one pole goes, and she's on to 12.71 now.
Alexa Lignelli and Helium, owned by Skyline Sport Horses.
Lignelli is your next rider with Helium. She's up.
Most memorable riding achievement would have to be winning a champion in the high junior amateur owners at the Hampton Classic for Alexa Lignelli.
And again, their score was 8.71, and interestingly, they achieved that with an identical.
Alexa's Mountain Helium is super sweet, though a little timid sometimes.
0.71.
Alexa says people always joke about his name because he has a horse in show jumping, and his name is a Helium. Alexa Lignelli and the Skyline Sport Horses, a Helium, are 13th to show. Alexa gets to start today on a score of 8.71.
2-star classes, including 2-star Grand Prix at Miami Beach in April, for 10th in the 2-star Grand Prix. And this horse earlier on was with Alexa Ferrer of France. This is her 4th North American Youth Championships. Last year in the juniors she was 18th individually and bronze medal for the team. In 2021 she was 6th individually and on the 4th place team in the pre-juniors. Well, unfortunately, the Oxa there in the corner causing more problems.
$76.06 with 4 faults there for Alexa Lignelli and Helium.
Down for Alexa Lignelli. is once again an identical performance to Nora Naus.
Yeah, Zone 10's Callista Yoon and Elon Furter's Panama FZ, a 9-year-old mare by Clarimo.
Top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, Callista rode with Nick Hannes for 3 years, who gave her many opportunities for catch rides in all 3 rings and really helped Callista improve significantly.
Callista Yoon is your next starter for Zone 10. 8.5.
Winner of a $33,000 tournament at a Neil Ferruccian horse show.
At Callista Rides.
Yeah, Callista competed in her first 150 and her first Grand Prix March of this year. She'll be the 14th to get the start. It's an 8.51 score headed into round A of the final for Zone 10's Callista Yoon and Panama FZ.
Callista jumped clear in the first round of the team class. And is still going well here. It's a
That's a clear round, 79.03, nothing added there for Callista Yoon, with the Panama FZ staying on that score of 8.51.
They take the lead.
Declan Talla next, a Zone 9 rider with the Grand Blanc de Villarto. Yeah, 13-year-old mare by Otangelo, owned by Molly Talla.
Northwest of the United States, covering states like Wyoming.
Declan enjoys making music, mountain biking, dirt biking, and skiing.
Washington State.
Declan wants to see how far he can go in the sport, just to keep trying and getting better. Declan Talla, Grand Blanc de Villarto. Zone 9 rider are next on course. It's an 8.32 score to this point in the junior category. Declan Talla.
This is his first NAYC. Plenty of scope over the early fences. This horse was a ride for Sanne Thijssen of the Netherlands and jumped up to the 5-star level with Sanne as well as with Mans Thijssen. This is by Otangelo. It was purchased in February of last year by the Talla family. Sadly then Declan Talla is going to drop down the leaderboard here. A little bit tight for time, but
home on 8, the time 81.71 for Declan Talla and Grand Blanc de Villarto.
For Declan Talla, and he drops into 6th place.
Amy Krebs and Javantos will get the start next in round A of the junior individual final. It's a 7.98 to score.
Amy Krebs is your next rider.
Amy is Zone 4 rider and owner of her mount, a 10-year-old gelding by Corsari van de Helle. Team Silver last year at Prix States. Team Silver in the pre-junior category last year as well at the North American Youth Championships for the Zone 4 rider. It's Amy Krebs as Jabantos, starting on a 7.98 score.
In the pre-juniors to finish 4th individually and picked up the silver medal with her team. With them both in the pre-juniors the year before. Now here up to the junior level, of course. So larger fences, but both of her previous performances were with Jabantos. Had a bit of a look at the wall, but it's there well. Just a little slow and steady through the triple combination, so might need to pick the pace up a little bit to avoid picking up any time penalties. It's 82 seconds to get home in. Oh, but what a shame.
Yeah, score of 8 there for Amy Krebs as Jabantos. 78-14 the time.
15.98 in fact with the 2 poles down.
Nice combination trotting in. Elise Stevens with Omega H&DB, owned by the Rendezvous Farm. A 10-year-old mare by Kanan.
Well, Elise Stevens rides
Zone 6 rider that attends Dartmouth College.
Zone 6.
Member of the USA Junior team at the 2023 Youth Nations Cup, where that group finished with a bronze medal. 2024 Show Jumping Hall of Fame Junior Jumper Classic at the Devon Horse Show and finished reserve champion.
7.57. Our leading score at the moment.
And last year here at the North American Youth Championships, an individual bronze medalist. Zone 6 is Elise Stevens,
so far.
Piloting the Rendezvous Farms Omega H&DB. This combination on a score of 7.57.
802nd in the FEI jumping under 25 ranking, but it's extremely impressive to be listed on that ranking. She competed in the Youth Nations Cup final and in a selection of under 25 classes at WEF this year. Last year clinched the bronze medal individually in the junior category and was on the 5th place team. Well, 7.57, a clear would put them into the lead. This 10-year-old mare was with Antonia Pettersson, Hagstrom and Sam Hutton in the past. Goes a little bit wider out to fence 11.
On the clear round there, 77-37 for Elise Stevens with Omega H&DB staying on that score of 7.57.
Top of the leaderboard, so Elise Stevens goes into the lead.
Yeah, Jamaica Sydney Levy now with Hero.
So far.
12-year-old gelding by Otangelo. Esperanza Imports here in Ballard. Elon Furter listed as the ownership group. Sydney attends American Heritage School, and her goals for the future are to compete in a 2-star Grand Prix. And Sydney would also like to do the U25 series at the Winter Equestrian Festival. Jamaica says Sydney Levy and a hero, first of 6 still to go for round A of the junior individual final.
Well, Sydney's score is a 7.24, clearing them one down in the team class, but now works on the 11 with one pole down here. Oh, very deep into the triple, but that really works for her, luckily. Last year she was 10th individually in the pre-juniors.
$77.45 with the 4 for Jamaica's Sydney Levy with hero. It's an 11.24 score with the 4 faults added there. Currently 3rd overall with 5 still to go.
Still leads the way.
And round A of the junior individual final. Christian Hacker, Zone 4 athlete with Cocaine de Riverland. Stanford Online High School student. And one of the most memorable riding milestones for Christian was jumping his first 2-star Grand Prix at Saugerties in June. It was a big milestone for Christian because he didn't think he would have the opportunity to compete in a class like that early in the summer. Christian Hacker, Zone 4 rider, and it's aboard CSH Equine's Cocaine de Riverland.
And his score is 7.14. Had some seriously tough courses in the junior competition. We've actually still only had 2 clears in this competition today, and in the team competition we only had 2 double clears. Those 2 riders sit in the top 3. Christian was 7th individually last year, but in the pre-juniors, and secured the silver medal for the team. And in 2022, in that same division, he was 18th individually in that particular year. Been competing this horse in Saugerties in June, and it was with João Victor Castro Aguiar Gomes de Lima of Brazil previously.
78-14. It's a clear round for Christian Hacker with Cocaine de Riverland, the CSH Equine entry. And with that, Christian now on our lowest total for all of our riders that have finished 4 rounds individually here in the junior category this year.
Who now goes into 2nd
4
place.
more to go before we take a break and then move on to round B for the junior individual final. Zone 7's Avery Griffin now receiving the tone. 2022 pre-junior team gold at the Youth Championships.
Yeah.
That same year, 2022, Avery was the individual silver medalist in the pre-junior category.
Riding for Zone 7 with Bodega Semi.
Avery's hobbies is she loves music and luckily lives in Austin, Texas. Avery also enjoys reading and watching movies. Avery Griffin, Zone 7 rider. It's for PBC Equine Investments with Bodega Semi, 13-year-old mare by Caprice Bois Margot.
Kansas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana. Avery competed in the pre-juniors in 2022 to be on the gold medal winning team and clinch silver individually. a year off from the championships last year. But competed in Tryon in June in the 3-star classes, finishing 3rd in the speed stake there, having taken on the ride from Eden Le Prevost bin Le Breton, who of course is Penelope Le Prevost's daughter.
Avery Griffin posting the clear there aboard a Bodega. Sima lead that's on 79.99, so nothing added to the score of 6.11.
Gets a clear, and so it's 6.11 as the
with their 3 riders still to go in round A of the individual final for the junior category. Avery has our lowest total, currently on a 6.11. Still our 3 lowest scoring athletes to this point. To show to wrap up round A, it's Zone 2's Reese Myrna next with her own Havana C2, a 9-year-old mare by Rico for the RW Ronnie Much Championship winner at this year's Devon Horse Show.
Havana C2. Reese is on a score of 4.65 and was one of the only 2 double clears in our team competition. Havana is a 9-year-old mare and she represents Zone 2. Aiming to go into the lead, can't have a single pole down. This is this pair's first international competition, and what a way to make your mark in your debut.
$80.99. It's 4 faults
on the clock,
for Reese Myrna. Havana C2. It's going to be a score of 8.65 headed into round B of the final for the Zone 2 owner rider.
Reese will drop down our leaderboard. Avery Griffin remains in the lead.
Isabel Lehman up next. Isabel on just a score of 4.
Well, Isabel Amon
to get the start here in round A of the junior individual final. It's aboard Double E's Magnolia, a 12-year-old mare by My Lord Cartago.
It was a 0 score and then just 1 down in the team competition.
Isabel, winner of the first individual qualifier for the junior category on a Thursday of this week. It's the first of our 2 remaining riders here for round A.
Well, 2 riders remain. Isabel Amon on this amazing score of just 4. Needs to be clear, though, to take the lead. Of course, in the second round, we'll come back in reverse order. But the first fence goes. Excuse me. The score is 4 here on the previous rounds. Excuse me. We have not had a fence. Isabel was 12th individually in 2022. Very strong to the water, and as I say, just 1 pole down across our rounds of jumping so far. Still on that 4. Oh, but the triple's gone down. So 1 pole drops for Isabel Ehrman at this stage. Time looks good. 82 seconds to get home. Sails the last
76.60 with the 4 for Isabel Ehrman and Magnolia. After 4 individual rounds here in the junior category, it's a score of 8 for Zone 4's Isabel Ehrman. With the 12-year-old mare Magnolia.
Climbs again.
Just the one left to show in round A of the individual final for the junior category at this year's North American Youth Jumping Championships. And that'll be our lowest scoring athlete to this point. Clara Prop joins us to wrap up round A of the final. Zone 2 athlete, Marigold Sport Horses, listed as the ownership of her mount, 13-year-old mare Cocolina.
Marigold Sport Horses and is a 13-year-old mare now. She rides for Zone 2. Zone 2, which covers New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Clara attends Grace Church School.
This is her first North
Most memorable show moments, including doing Prix de States for the first time and being the fastest clear. Two-time winner of the High Junior Jumper Classic for champion at the Winter Equestrian Festival. His hobbies include spending time with her friends and family.
She's on a score of 3.
Clara hopes to remain consistent in the jumper ranks and to keep giving her horses solid rounds and for them both to learn from the reps and the ups and downs. Clara Prop and Cocolina. Clara, our best scoring rider.
This horse right up to
here to conclude round A.
5-star level, including on the Major League Show Jumping team competition. Horses by Conthagos. A clear here would give Clara the lead going into the final round. Top 15 will come back. Still jumping really well through the triple combination. Plenty of height for these meter 40 fences. Oh, very tight line into fence 11. They got away with it. Obviously has an eye on the clock. And over the last.
Clara Prop will keep the lead heading into round B of the individual final for the junior category.
Clara Prop and Cocolina.
Clear round at 79.42 for Clara Prop and the Marigold Sport Horses owned Cocolina. Still on our best total after 4 individual rounds for Zone 2's Clara Prop of a 3.91. Clara controlling her destiny now. A clear round in round B will assure Clara of a gold medal here individually in the junior category. Avery Griffin will wrap up round A second overall with Bodega Simile on a score of 6.11. It's Christian Hacker currently in that bronze medal position with Cocaine de Riverland at 7.14. Top 3 riders there headed into round B of the individual final for the junior category at the 2024 North American Youth Jumping Championships.
And then Christian Hacker with Cocaine de Riverland, Elise Stevens with Omega H and DB, and then the top 5 is rounded out by Isabel Ehrman and Magnolia. All of these competitors will come forward as well. Hardly any clears in this competition. Lauren Franson will come back at number 15, but unfortunately it's the end of the road for Campbell Brown and the following competitors. We anticipate the start of the second round then in about 15 to 20 minutes time, so stay with us and we'll bring you the climax of this individual junior final very shortly.
Yeah, so we'll take roughly 30 minutes between rounds here, make some adjustments to the course to set for round B. Equipment will head down as well for a touch-up drag, and we'll get some new orders out. We'll be back underway in just a little bit. Round B, top 15 to return for the junior category individual final. Of course, available to walk for round B of the junior individual final. Yeah, we'll get back underway at 12:30 with round B. 22 minutes from now for the first of 15 on course in round B. Round B, time allowed at 72 seconds for the junior individual final. Round 2, time allowed at 72 seconds. Ten minutes away from the first of 15 on course, round B of the junior individual final at the 2024 North American Youth Jumping Championships. Yeah, resuming action here in the Turtle Creek Casino and Hotel International Ring with the junior individual final for the 2024 North American Youth Jumping Championships.
From the North American Youth Jumping
Round B coming up, and our top 15 riders to this point returning for round B. On the lowest score to start this final round is Claire Propp and Coco Lina on a score of 3.91. Claire controlling her destiny here in our junior category at the 2024 North American Youth Championships. As Avery Griffin currently second overall, and Christian Hacker in the bronze medal position to get back underway and kick us off for round B. The first of our 15 riders will be Zone 10's Lauren Franson with her own Golda 10-year-old mare by Connor.
Lauren Franson then with Golda.
Lauren's goal is to finish in the top of the 2024 North American Youth Championships here in the individual final, as well as coming back to compete in the young rider category next year. Zone 10's Lauren Franson and her own Golda are first of 15 for round B.
We have 10 fences here. Swings back to the US equestrian upright. There's a pole on top of there this time. And then she goes right-handed up to the Just World Oxer. Goes a short 6 to the Oxer at fence 4 before making a right-handed roll back around to this fence with the water tray beneath at 5, rattles it. Now goes left-handed down to the double at 6A and B. And then left-handed again to the wall at fence 7, has a bit of a look. Short run down, 4 strides to the Oxer at 8, and then it's a bit of a left-handed swing, a long swing to the FEI Oxer at 9, and then a right-handed curve to an upright at fence 10 to finish with a plank on top. Has to be careful there.
That's a clear round there, 67.35 for Zone 10's Lauren Franson and Golda.
Lauren Franson inside the time and clear for 18.4 to be her final score.
Zone 9 rider now, Declan Talla with the 13-year-old mare Grand Blanc de Villararto.
Declan Talla goes next with Grand Blanc de Villararto. A 13-year-old.
Most memorable show moments for Declan, jumping his first 140 classes and riding in his first Grand Prix. Zone 9 rider Declan Talla and Grand Blanc, owned by Molly Talla, are second of 15 for round B.
Well, Declan with a clear in the first round in the team class. .32 is the score. Needs it to be clear to take the lead. Good at the wall.
Fall free, 66.31 the time for Declan Talla and Grand Blanc de Villararto.
Takes the lead at this stage. 16.32 is the score.
Amy Krebs up next with her own Jabantos, 10-year-old gelding by Corsari van de Helle.
So these two have been well inside that time.
Amy's goals medal this year at Prix States and to jump more 145 and 150 courses and to get consistent over the next year. Zone 4's Amy Krebs, our own Jabantos for round B.
She would have been in 4. But the score is 15.98 for Amy Krebs with Jabantos riding for zone 4. Well, unfortunately, it's not quite Amy Krebs' day. She has had some brilliant rounds, 3.98 on day 1, and then just 1 pole down across the 2 team competition rounds, but not really going her way today, unfortunately. And with another couple of fences down, this is racking up. Gets there to the last, though.
71.30, score of 8 for Amy Krebs and Jabantos.
23.98 to go into
Zone 5 competitor Izzy Beisel and her own Diaz Barbatier, an 11-year-old Self-France gelding. Izzy's mounted Diaz Barbatier has 3 Grand Prix wins along with multiple welcome wins and Futures Prix wins. Izzy's future goals would to become a professional and consistently show and compete at the FEI level. Izzy Beisel out of Zone 5 with her own Diaz Barbatier.
Goes next with Diaz Barbatier riding for Zone 5. Again, strong performance on the first day with 2.82. Now, though, sits on a score of 14.82, having just dropped 1 pole in round 1 today. Got a quite decent pace up here to the Just World. Gets quite deep there, though. Sails the wall and gets plenty of height at that oxer in front of the in-gate. Real pace up here. Well, could this be the first clear of round 2? Does really well to steady for the last, and it
67.35 is fault free for Izzy Beisel and Diaz Barbatier, staying on that score 14.82.
She takes the lead.
Eve Westphal up next, our 5th for round B of the junior individual final. 8-year-old Mirba Cascadello, her mount to trotting West Equestrians. It's Chuli for Zone 8's Eve Westphal. 2022, 10th in the USAT finals for Eve. Last year was the 3rd place rider in the Gladstone Cup.
8.
Zone 8 competitor Eve Westphal, it's Julie, our 5th of 15 for round B of the junior individual final.
Which is actually the highest score of any of our top 15. However, she dropped just 1 pole in the team competition and had just 1 time penalty in the first round today, and so she's climbed up the rankings into 10th place and now sits on a score of 13.29. Lands and turns quickly after the penultimate fence there and is over the last. She's really
That's
pulled
clear,
it together
70.80 for Eve
recent
Westphal
rounds,
and his
now
Julie.
has done 3 jumping clear rounds in a row, just one for time across those 3, and so 13.29 will be the score for Eve Westphal and Julie. And
Zone 6 is Nora Naus and her own Bratzel Dartenay. 13-year-old Celle Francais mare, owned and is shown by the Zone 6 rider. Nora enjoys traveling, reading,
Nora
and baking.
Goes next. These next 2 are on identical
The National Grand Prix winner, champion in the High Juniors at the Winter Equestrian Festival, and individually
with
8th last year at the North American Youth Championships. Zone 6 rider Nora Naus, Bratzel Dartenay.
And then 1 pole down per round. Nora Naus then with Bratzel Dartenay with the score of 12.71. She owns this 13-year-old mare herself and was super strong on that first day, which of course was run as a speed class. So this kind of track could suit them. Oh, has a rattle there and the fence is down. Unfortunately, we are up to a score of 16.71 now, and the door could be open for Alexa Lignelli, who was on the same score. She's really got the pace up here. But 72 seconds is the time allowed, so she'll be well inside that time. Steadies though to the last.
Just the 4 faults. The knockdown at number 4 for Nora Naus, Bratzel Dartenay, the time 65 at 42.
Last 4 rounds for Nora Naus to go to 16.71 as a score. She'll go into 4th place. Well, Eve Westphal with some really strong rides.
And our next up will be Alexa Lignelli with Helium, an 11-year-old Belgian sport horse owned by Skyline Sport Horses, LLC. Student at Pearson High School in Sag Harbor, New York.
She came forward with the same
plays
score
tennis, loves reading and traveling. Alexa's most memorable riding achievement is winning a champion in the High Junior Amateur Owners at the Hampton Classic. 7th for round B of the junior individual final. Zone 2's Alexa Lignelli with Helium.
Goes well down that distance. It does come up slightly short, but she really doesn't have an issue there. Good to that Oxa. She's still clear here. Coming to the last, Alexa Lignelli to take the lead. Brilliantly done. It's pretty quick on the time as well.
67.32. It's penalty free to stay on 12.71 for Zone 2's Alexa Lignelli with Helium.
And she will be your new leader.
Jamaican athlete Sydney Levy now with the hero, 12-year-old gelding by Otangelo.
Has secured herself a top 10 finish.
One of Sydney's most memorable riding achievements was competing at Spruce Meadows and winning. Sydney says the atmosphere there was incredible, and the rounds has solidified the partnership she has with her horse. Sydney loves to read and train her dogs, and she also really enjoys hiking. Jamaican athlete Sydney Levy and a hero on a score of 11.24.
Our next rider is 11.24. It's Jamaica's Sydney Levy with hero, 12-year-old gelding, and one down earlier on today. Sydney rides this horse owned by Erin Ballard, Esperanza Imports and Ilan Thurder. Well, keeps it clear, 68.
That's a clear 68.45 for Sydney Levy and a hero. 11.24 the score for Sydney through 5 individual rounds.
Is your leading rider now with that score. 11.24. Alexa Lignelli drops into second.
Our next rider gets the start for round B on a score of 8.65. Zone 2 is Reese Myrna and her own Havana C2. 9-year-old mare by Rico. RW Ronnie Much, a championship winner at the Devon Horse Show this year. And Eve's goal for 2024 is to ribbon at the 3-6 Equitation Finals. Zone 2 rider Reese Myrna and her own Havana C2. It's a score of 8.65 to start round B of the junior individual final.
Well, it's Reese Myrna now. Reese rides for Zone 2. And is on a score of 8.65. Just dropped one pole earlier on today with Havana C2. Jumped double clear in the team competition. One of only 2 riders to do so. And the other is Clara Prop, who is at the top of the leaderboard after the earlier round. Rides very carefully to the wall. It's been jumping well though. Just one fence left then. She's been keeping a really lovely rhythm all the way around here and is safely over the final fence as well. So Reese Myrna is
clear round. 8.65 is still the score there for Reese Myrna as she goes fault free at 68.81 with Havana C2.
6 have now jumped clear in this final round.
Yeah, 6 still to go here in round B to determine our medalist for the junior category and individual competition. Zone 10's Callista Yoon now with Panama FC. And Callista won the 2nd North American Youth Championship trial with Panama at the meter 40s in March.
Well, Callista Yoon rides
after placing consistently in the top 4 with Panama during the trials. Zone 10 Rider Fusion Academy student and 10th to show here for round B on a score of 8.51. Callista Yoon and Panama FC.
5 riders to do so. 8.51 is the score. Oh, what a shame. The 5th fence with the lighthouses. Again, has to be really respected. And you have to go very, very carefully there. But down it comes then for Callista. One fence to go for Callista inside the time.
Yeah, score of 4 there for Callista Yoon and Panama FZ. It'll be a 12.51 individual total.
Third place
and throughout 5 rounds here in the junior category for the Zone 10 rider Callista Yoon and Panama FZ. Isabel Amon up next. First of 5 riders remaining for round B. Isabel aboard at Double E's Magnolia, 12-year-old mare by My Lord Cartago. 2022 Grand Junior Hunter 3/6 champion. Last year 2023 Medium Junior Jumper champion at the Capital Challenge Horse Show. And this year in 2024 High Junior Jumpers champion at the Devon Horse Show with her North American Youth Championship Mount Magnolia. Zone 4 rider Isabel Amon on a score of 8. Our first of 5 is still to go in round B.
Had one down earlier on today, which has caused her to be on a score of 8. Isabel has a great partnership with Magnolia, this 12-year-old by My Lord Carthago, owned by EE LLC. Good, quick, and forward riding. Final fence for the leader after round 1 and jumps it clear. It's just going to be the
67-69. It's clear for Isabel Amon, and Magnolia is still on just the 8.
She will take the lead.
Elise Stevens and Omega Agent DB will show next. A 10-year-old mare by Kanan, owned by Rendezvous Farm, piloted by a rider from Zone 6. Yeah, last year individual bronze in the junior category at the North American Youth Championships.
Is the next.
2024 winner of the Show Jumping Hall of Fame and Junior Jumper Classic at the Devon Horse Show, and reserve champion at Devon this year as well.
Isabel Amon, so can't make a single
Elise Stevens, an incoming freshman on the Dartmouth's equestrian team with Rendezvous Farms Omega H and DB. First to 4. This combination on a score of 7.57.
Zone 6 in the sort of central north of the country. States like North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Wisconsin, and a couple more in there as well for Zone 6, and 7.57 is the score. Double. Oh, but it breaks out of the wall. Ah, that wall has been jumping really well, but unfortunately a breakdown for Elise Stevens will put her on to 11.57, which goes into 4th place. Well, good to the last, and it's a very quick
just the
time
4
as
faults
well,
for Elise
but
Stevens
it
and
will
Omega
be
H&DB. It's an 11.57
and
score through 5
fourth
individual
place.
rounds in the junior category. Yeah, 3 still to go, and it's Christian Hacker with Cocaine de Riverland, 12-year-old mare owned by CSH Equine, LLC.
Christian Hacker is the
Stanford Online High School student, loves hanging out with friends, working out at the gym, and going on hikes with his family. Yeah, goal for the future is to develop into a top-level professional by working as hard as he can and by soaking up all the information he can grasp. Zone 4 is Christian Hacker, Cocaine de Riverland, first of 3, 7.14 the score.
3.14 in the first round, but the score already is up to 11.14. A pole down already at this early stage for Christian Hacker, and so he's going to drop down into 3rd place, and Isabel Ehrman retains the lead. Well, Sales the last.
The 4 faults at number 2, the time 68.29 for Christian Hacker with Cocaine de Riverland, 11.14 the cumulative score over the week here in the junior category for Christian Hacker and Cocaine de Riverland.
To have a medal coming from
on a score of 6.11, it's Avery Griffin now with Bodega Simile owned by PBC Equine Investments.
She was the leading rider in the first competition. She will be at worst.
It's a 13-year-old mare by Caprice Bois Margot. For the riders, that's an individual silver medalist in the junior category from the 2022 North American Youth Championships. Team gold in the pre-junior category that year as well. Avery Griffin and Bodega. First of 2, scored 6.11.
Bodega Semi, her score is 6.11. 2.11 in the first round, 1 down in the team competition, then clear earlier today. One of only 5 clears in round 1. Oh, but gets a little bit deep to the Just World Oxer. And that fence is down. 10.11 is her score now and drops her into 3rd place. Isabel Ehrman is guaranteed at least silver. And Reese Myrna will for sure be on the podium. Just heads around this final roll back. Plenty of height there. And that final fence comes up well for them. They are just inside the time, but Avery Griffin.
Just the 4 faults there, 70.29 for Avery Griffin and Bodega Simile. That will place Avery and Bodega on a total of 10.11 through 5 individual rounds. Currently 3rd overall in that bronze medal position. But that can change with our final rider here with the lowest score through the first 4 rounds. Yet to have a fault day here. 3.91 the score. Clara Prop, Cocolina, our final.
Clara scored 3.91 in the first competition, so not necessarily at the top of the leaderboard there, but has jumped 3 clear rounds following that. Double clear in the team competition and clear in round 1 today. She is the only rider to have achieved that.
4 or fewer, and Clara takes individual gold.
So will it be
Clara Prop and Cocolina, our final for the junior category
Avery
individual
Griffin.
final.
She does have a fence in hand. Clara Prop can have 1 pole down and still take the win, as Isabel's score is 8. So, Clara Prop going for gold for zone 2. Kokolina, former ride of Natalie Dean, owned by Marigold Sport Horses.
Oh, yeah, okay. Your main audio coming in and out.
And as I say, she can have a pole down and still take the win. But nothing more than that. It's a good shot to the wall and down that line. This is a really experienced horse, competed up to 5-star level. Well, just one fence left to go for Clara Prop to jump 4 clear rounds in a row. Oh, it's fantastically done. 71.
Clear again for Clara Prop and Kokolina. This combination without a single fault all week to take a gold in the junior category for the 2024 North American Youth Jumping Championships. Clara Prop and Kokolina perfect throughout the week to take the individual gold. It's silver for Isabel Amon with Magnolia. The bronze will go to Reese Myrna with Havana C2. Fourth overall will be Avery Griffin with Bodega Simile. Fifth for Christian Hacker and Cocaine de Riverland. Sydney Levy sixth with Hero. Seventh for Elise Stevens with Omega H&DB. Callista Yoon in eighth aboard Panama FC. Alexa Lignelli with Helium in ninth. Eve Westfall 10th with It's Julie. Top 10 to come back for the presentation. 11th individually Izzy Bizo with Diaz Barbatier. And Declan Tala 12th with Grand Blanc de Villarto.
2 poles dropped. After that, gives her the silver medal, and Reese Myrna climbs from 7th place onto the podium into 3rd to get the bronze medal with Havana C2. That score 8.65. Avery Griffin will be 4th with Bodega Semi. Christian Hacker finishes 5th with Cocaine de Riverland, and Sydney Levy with Hero places in 6th place. Of course, today is the last day of competition of the North American Youth Championships, and we have brought you a sensational set of competitions, some outstanding riding from these young competitors. We have one more competition to bring you. That will be the Young Rider Individual Final, with some incredible competitors still to come in that Young Rider Final. Amy Krebs finishes 15th, and then Campbell Brown, of course, the rider in 16th place, who came forward in our first round. The Young Rider class then is scheduled for 2 p.m. The Young Rider Individual Final, scheduled for 2 p.m. local time. So you have around about an hour until the excitement of the Young Rider Individual Final. We look forward to bringing you all of the action live on FEI TV. And I will see you in an hour for the final competition of the North American Youth Jumping Championships.
We are honored to present to you the top 10 individual riders in the junior category at the 2024 North American Youth Jumping Championships. Returning in 10th, Eve Westfall with It's Chuli. Zone 8 rider and competing aboard a Trotting West equestrian entry in a 9th. It's Alexa L. Lignelli out of Zone 2 with the Skyline Sport Horses owned Helium. 8th overall individually, Zone 10 rider Callista Yoon with Elon Furter's Panama FZ. In 7th, Elise Stevens out of Zone 6 with Rendezvous Farms Omega HNDB. 6th award going to Jamaica's Sydney Levy with a Hero, owned by Esperanza Imports, Aaron Ballard, and Elon Furter. In 5th, Zone 4's Christian Hacker with CSH Equines Cocaine, De Riverland. And a 4th individually in the junior category for 2024, Avery Griffin, Zone 7 competitor with Bodega Simile, owned by PBC Equine Investments. Three medal winning riders now dismounting, and they'll make their way over to the podium as we present to you the top 3 individuals in the junior category at this year's North American Youth Jumping Championships. It's Tom Blankenship here for the presentation to our 3 medalists, and we invite our bronze medal rider to take her place on the podium first. Tom Blankenship presenting on behalf of the Traverse City Horse Shows, and president of the ground jury for the Youth Championships, Deanna Ficini, joining us for the presentation, as well as we honor our top 3 individual riders. Bronze medal in the junior category for 2024 goes to Reese Myrna, Zone 2 rider with Havana C2. It's her own entry, a 9-year-old mare by Carico. The bronze going to Reese Myrna out of Zone 2. Our silver medalist, Isabel Amon, with the 12-year-old mare Magnolia, owned by Double E LLC. Isabel representing Zone 4 at the Youth Championships. Individual silver medalist. Team gold as well in the junior category for Isabel Amon. And now our individual gold medalist, who also picked up a team silver this week. Congratulations to Zone 2's Clara Prop, your individual gold medalist in the junior category with Cocolina, 13-year-old mare by Contargos, owned by Marigold Sport Horses. Clara Prop and Cocolina fault-free throughout the entire week in the junior category for the 2024 North American Youth Jumping Championships. Team silver, individual gold for Clara at her very first North American Youth Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove cover for the Star-Spangled Banner in honor of our individual gold medalist in the junior category, Clara Prop. We'll get some more photos with our three medalists before they remount for the victory gallop. As our bronze medalist here in the junior category, Arisa Myrna out of Zone 2 with Havana C2. It's Zone 4's Isabel Amon with the silver aboard Magnolia, and the gold to Claire Prop, Zone 2 rider with Cocolina in the junior category for the 2024 North American Youth Jumping Championships. There are three medalists remounting. We'll give a recap of our top 10 here for the presentation. 10th place honors going to Eve Westfall with its Chuli. It's Alexia Lignelli 9th aboard a Helium. Calistayun with Panama FZ taking 8th individually in the junior category. 7th for Elise Stevens with Omega H&DB. 6th for Jamaica, Sydney Levy and Hero. Christian Hacker 5th aboard Cocaine de Riverland. 4th for Avery Griffin with Bodega Simile. Bronze medal to Reese Myrna with Havana C2. The silver medal earned by Isabel Amon with Magnolia. And your individual gold medalist for the junior category, also picking up team silver this week, Zone 2's Claire Prop with Cocolina. Claire, whenever you're ready, if you would please lead us on a lap of honor, individual gold medalists in the junior category at the 2024 North American Youth Jumping Championships. And a solo lap of honor now for the individual gold medalists in the junior category. Zone 2 is Claire Prop with Cocolina.